If you are planning a trip overseas, you need to know the new travel rules and the required vaccines for a safe and healthy trip. Registered nurse Jade Bedard, an expert on travel health, discusses the risks and solutions offered by Worldwide Travel Health.
Worldwide Health Clinic is a travel clinic that provides consultations for people that are traveling abroad and who need vaccines or medications to make sure that they have a safe travel. There are specific countries that have more risk. It is important, even in developed countries, to make sure that people are up to date on their vaccines. Many people do not know that they need certain vaccines or medications when they do travel, and they only figure that out once they come and speak with a clinician. And the reason for that is because there are specific areas where malaria is present.
What other infectious disease should you be concerned about when traveling abroad?
There are multiple infectious diseases depending on the location of where you are going. So for example, in Asia, we would be concerned about Japanese encephalitis. In Africa, we would be worried about perhaps yellow fever or meningitis, depending on the period of the year that they're traveling.
What are some of the precautions needed to avoid mosquitoes and getting traveler's diarrhea?
The percentage of people that do get traveler's diarrhea is very high. So there are some precautions to take, obviously, when they travel, such as being careful with what they eat and what they drink. So avoiding ice, for example, and avoiding salads. Those will definitely reduce the risk of them getting sick while they are abroad. There are a lot of mosquito-borne illnesses in South America, in Asia, in Africa. The first line of defense really is mosquito repellents, whether you use it on your skin or you apply it on your clothes. And then after that, the next step really is you taking vaccines.
What generally happens when a person comes into the clinic?
When a client walks in the door, we greet them, and then we make sure that they have completed their intake, their medical intake, so I can review it with them, because I want to make sure that they don't have any medications or allergies that would impact what the recommendations would be for them specifically. And then we guide them to the consultation room, and then we go over their specific itinerary and what's required or needed for that specific trip.
Does a medical doctor review the procedure?
The travel consultation is done with the nurse. Dr. Tavakoli is the supervising medical professional who reviews the medical history with me, and he will approve the prescriptions. Most of the times the vaccines are administered right after the consultation. Susan is one of our clients who's traveling abroad, and she came in for travel vaccines and consultation.
When I walked in the door at Dr. Tavakoli's for the Worldwide Health Clinic, I was pleasantly greeted. They had a host of information for me that I had not even known that I needed for this type of travel. The consultation informed me about the vaccines that were needed, the health risks, and also the mandates for the countries I'm visiting and their health care.
Susan tells us about the importance of seeing a travel health professional before she travels overseas.
This type of information is invaluable. I did not know it was out there. I feel so much better about going because they knew exactly what I needed.
Do you need a special visa when traveling in some countries?
Certain countries do require specific visas, as well as a certificate for yellow fever to enter the country. Those requirements do change, so it is important for clients to come in and determine with the clinician what is actually required at that specific moment in time. If they did not know ahead of time of what the risks were, getting a consultation really reassures people. They leave from our office super informed. It's really important to seek medical care with a travel health consultant before you go on a trip. So if you want to make sure that you are healthy, enjoying your trip, coming back, not incurring extra expenses because you got sick, come and get a travel consultation so we can make sure that you are traveling safe.
For an appointment, call Jade Bedard at 760-895-4097.